Now, how do you see the first fight between you and him? How do you see that fight?
Well, the fight kind of got out of control because he kept hitting me on the break,
Okay.
and so he kept hitting me on the break, and and the referee never did warn him.
Mm-hmm.
He was just he wa- he hit me in the back of the head. And he just and with me, I was a good guy. So in other words, I wasn't going. I was eventually the referee gonna get it. And that whole fight, he hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, and the referee never said nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And he wins the fight.
Mm.
And so I go back and I watch the first fight. He hit me so many times on the breaks and all this and stuff, and the referee never did say nothing about it.
Mm.
And so that means I went 9 years undefeated, and then Ready Bo stopped it.
Mm.
Then I go back for the rematch a year later, and and I had the hammer song. One more time, yeah, I'm gonna get mine. And so one more time, I went and got it.
Was that the fight that was in Vegas?
That was in Vegas. Yeah, that's when the fan man came.
Yeah, the Fan Man. Now I gotta
Yeah,
ask you about the Fan Man. How did that affect you when that guy hit the ring?
Well, as you know, when the fan man came in there, I was beating the daylights out of Ready Bo.
Uh-huh.
And the odds is Evander Holyfield knocked Ready Bo out. A lot of people gonna make a lot of money. And so at that time, the fan man came in, had Bo, he was bleeding for his nose, he was bleeding for his eye, and his mouth was bleeding. I was weighing them out. then here's the guy come out of the sky, flies in the ring, which held up the fight for 20 minutes.
Mm.
And so what I had to do is realize I got to end up two fights in one night.
Right. How did that affect you, champ?
Well, it didn't affect me because the fact of the matter, I realized that it happened to both of us. It ain't just happened to one of us.
Right.
So we both had to make the adjustment. I made the adjustment. I come out the champion one more time. So I was a two-time champ.
I know you go through your warm-ups and everything else. I think Rock Newman, was he Riddick Bowe's handler?
Yes, he was.
And did they say anything about that when it happened? Because it kind of takes you out of your progression to get in the ring and then starting a fight and then having to stop and start again.
Well, of course, it was one of them things where you said, almost two fights in one night. Usually once you stop, you say it's over. You're so happy that it's over.
Right.
Now that they stopped the fight, it ain't over. Now, what's going to happen on this second half? You have so much time to think, you mess yourself up.
Right.
So all I know that Emmanuel Stewart told me, say, you won the first half of the fight. Now, you think you got one more half? You got one more half.
Have you ever talked to that guy, champ, the Fan Man, after all this?
No, never.
He never apologized, anything? What was his purpose? Did they ever say?
Well, no, because, it's obvious that, people got to wage their bets,
Right.
I bet you money in everything, somebody waging them bets.
Yeah.
So somebody trying to make sure that they ain't going to get messed up.
Mm. Now, what was your next big fight after you regained the championship from Riddick Bowe, champ?
Well, I lost my next fight to Michael Moore.
Mm-hmm. And what type of opponent was he?
Well, he's left-hander, he's a very skillful fighter. And, but after that, coming back and fighting right after the Red Bowl, it's kind of, I had a bad shoulder, and Michael Moore he was just quicker, and he was just, I'm like, I'm talking, they gave him the decision, but in general, usually you don't lose them close decisions.
Right.
But it happened, and eventually we waiting on. It's amazing that we have been boxing all this time, and Tyson was in jail.
Yes.
And when Tyson somehow he get out of jail, he ranked number 1 when he was out of jail. So that's when me and Bo had the third fight, and Bo won the fight. That's my first time ever getting stopped. I get stopped by Reddit, Big Daddy Bo, and then I go fight Bobby Cheers, and I was struggling with him, but I did beat him, and that's how I ended up the fight with Tyson.
Now you had a health issue too, right, champ?
Well, they said I had one, but I don't think it. Shoot, everybody had this thing that he got a bad heart.
Right.
But when I fought Reddick in that third fight, I had got hepatitis. I ate some seafood, and the man told me what's going to happen. But I figured I work too hard for me to be pulling out on this off this $9 million I was gonna get paid.
Right.
Oh shoot! I said they asked me what you gonna do. I said I'm gonna pray, ask Jesus to help me. That's it.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't get the decision. And so Bo win the fight, and all of a sudden I get to fight with Mike Tyson. And they thinking that they gonna kill Evander Holyfield because he got a bad heart. And everybody's seen that in that 10th round, I got it.
Yes, sir.
Got him out of there.
You weren't intimidated by him at all, were you?
But no, I've never been really intimidated. I've never been intimidated by nobody. My thing, one thing that I did, I was a good fighter. I was always in good shape, and I had respect for the game and respect for myself. That
Yes, sir.
I wasn't gonna make myself look like a fool by going out here and not in shape and put myself in a situation where that I would get beat up in front of a lot of people.
I wanted to ask you also, before you fought Tyson and before all your fights, you had this look on your face that, man, it just looked like you were ready to take. You had that look. You didn't say nothing, but you always had that look. I'm about to take care of business up in here.
Well, yeah, but the whole big thing is that it's not how you look, it's how you perform. Because being athletes or entertainer, you performers. This is what you get paid to do, to perform.
Yes, sir. So
it's not about feelings, these emotions, how you feel, and all that. It's about performance. You got to perform, and that's the thing that with the difference between people who performs.
Right.
If you're a performer, you're gonna find you're gonna have a lot of envy, jealous people. And people are jealous about people who perform. I'm like, and performing is the hardest thing to do, because it is at any given time, anything you could feel a certain way. But when you got to perform, you got to be strong-minded to be able to perform like you're supposed to perform. Can't make no excuses.
Right.
And so entertainers and athletes are the people who perform. So don't nobody know how you feel but you, unless somebody who who've been performing too, because at any given time, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have the mindset to overcome the difficulties that other people put you in. And there's always somebody around the ring telling you you're gonna get knocked out. All the bad stuff, somebody else out there hollering because they want to get you to hear.
Right.
And so if you start worrying about getting knocked out, you get knocked out for real.
Yes, sir. Now, you also fought George Foreman. Now, what kind of fight was that for you?
Well, it was different, and the people made it different because now George Foreman was older. He was 42, and I was 29, and people, everybody knew I was a Christian, and George Foreman was a Christian too. So they asked the question, whose side you think God gonna get, right? And I said, we both Christians. And they said, well, Evander, we're going to ask you first. What do you think? I said, have George ever been a heavyweight champion of the world? And they said, well, yeah. I said, okay, then he had his turn, right? Now, it's my turn, right? I said, he was in an era already that he was great in. He should have came back. I said, he had his turn. That's just like somebody trying to hog up the whole time of life. Can't nobody live because of him. Because he don't let them. Like this, everybody get their turn.
Absolutely.
So you know what? So when I said that, and it sounded right, and I beat him.
Yes, you did.
And so, but he beat the guy that beat me. He beat Michael Moore and knocked him slap out. And so I said, well, he got a turn, and then he got another turn, didn't he? I was happy for him.
Yeah. Champ, now what about the second Tyson fight? We all know the controversy that occurred there, but do you think it was due to the fact that Tyson could not deal with your boxing strategy, that you just continually frustrated him during the course of that fight?
Well, yes. But because Tyson got that photographic memory. He really liked to talk about his memory, and so, but ain't nothing like memory something bad. and so he remember in the amateur that when he sparred with me that I was strong and stuff, and he would tell people, man, he can fight. Like I'm that guy that he just felt that how he gets it. He got my number. This guy here, and so when you get a guy who believes that you got his number, you got his number.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make him feel that way.
Right.
And I'm talking, but with me, I always knew that guys like Mike, at any given time, he got the punching power. He catch you one clean shot, it can be gone.
Yes.
So my whole thing is that because everybody said, then when did you know you had it? I said when the man waved it off, I knew I had it. It was gone. That was it. I said, that's it. I said, because I have seen Mike hurt somebody. I said, he always figured that if I can just get one shot on the guy, I can get him out. I said, so you know what? I said, I know it's never over till it's over. I said, that's me. And I said, I beat him. I said, and I said, one thing that really made me proud is because when I got to LA after that fight, and all the thug guys that ride bikes and all this, they were like, man, you didn't even run. You didn't even run from it. You beat me. And they were happy that they said, You ain't stepped back now time. You went to it. That's where you are.
Yeah.
And so they became my fan because they said, you know what? He ain't even run. He ain't even move back. They just see everybody try to get away from Mike. They say, you stay right there to her. You stay right with it. Right in his face.
Yes, he did.
They say, how in the world you just stand in front of me? I said, it's real simple. I said, look, I said, sure. I said, you have to prove them guys that, you know what? I said, now, Mike love to hit people. I said, but Mike don't like to get hit himself, though.
Right.
I said, now, that's one thing that I do, that I get hit all the time. I said, but Mike don't get hit.
Right.
He don't like getting hit. So it hurt him, too.
Yes,
so
sir.
You start putting them licks on him like he putting on you. I said, somebody gonna change their mind.
Champ, let me ask you this: how do you see boxing right now? And going back to your fight with Buster Douglas, do you feel that he wasn't prepared? Was he in the same situation that we saw this weekend with the heavyweight champion? He comes into the fight 16 pounds overweight and not prepared to fight a guy like Anthony Joshua. Do you think that was kind of similar to what Buster Douglas did? He got caught up in the euphoria of being champion, but did not do the things to stay being champion?
Well, I would say part of it, but like it's a different thing getting knocked out and making a distance. Now that guy, he made the distance. He went 12 rounds.
Yes.
So I guess he can say, well, carrying all that weight for 12 rounds, they got me. But when you get knocked out in the third round, so you ain't get a chance to get time.
Right.
So, you ain't get a chance to get time. But what I'm saying, I understand what you pretty much saying. You're saying, when a person they become champion, like Seth Innocent, because Reddit Bo asked me the question. He said, man, how in the world you became champion and you were still thrilled to be champion? I said, because I worked so hard to become it.
Right.
I said, shoot. I said, as soon as I became the heavyweight champion of the world, I had to change another goal. My goal was how long can I hold this thing? Mm-hmm. That's my whole thing was, how long I can hold it. So to hold it, that means that you got to work hard. You got to add something else to it. Because everybody watching the person on top.
Right.
So everybody looking to how they can get you.
Right.
I said, shoot. I said, everybody at the champ. I said, so you know what? I said, you got to be. I said, you got to have clean underwear, clean everything, because everybody looking at you. I said, when you the champ, everybody trying to figure out how they can get the champ. I said, that's it. I said, no, I ain't have no problem at all. I said, but by being big, I said I wasn't the biggest guy. I said, but I said, now I said I had to outwork people. I had to outwork people because I knew that size-wise, a lot of them arms are gonna be longer. They're gonna be more physically stronger. I said, but I was a technician. I was a good boxer, man. I'm talking, highly educated by boxing. I said, I can box. I can box, and plus I can fight. I said, so you box when you get somebody respect, then that's when you box. I said, but sometimes you have to fight guys till you got to fight a guy till you get him in a position where you can box him.
Champ, let me ask you this. Are world titles as important in 2019 as they were in 1992? Do you think are they as important as they used to be?
I would say, to the individual himself, because, some people, they don't care how they look as long as they win.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are skillful, just real skillful, going to do things perfect. We going to do things right and all this. And some people just want the money. They can care less.
Right.
If they can make all the money in one fight and they'll lay down for the fight, they would do that. I said, my whole thing, I love the art of the game. The art of the game was boxing.
Yes.
And I wanted to be the very best I could possibly be. I did not like losing in nothing. I'm like, shoot. I don't know how to play horseshoe, but if we play horseshoe, I got to win that thing. I got to figure out a way how to win it. I'm saying everything that I did, I like winning. I said, even when I went dancing in clubs, I wouldn't let nobody outdance me. I was competitive. I'm
yes,
like,
sir.
I wasn't gonna tell nobody that I wouldn't let you do it, but it's in my mind that you ain't like dancing now.
Champ, in our last couple of minutes, let me ask you this: what is the state of boxing today? How do you see it? Because when I started watching you, it was on CBS, ABC, and NBC, Wide World of Sports. You don't have that today. How do you see the state of boxing?
Well, see, and that's the difference. Because the difference is that when you have great amateur kids, you're gonna have a great boxers. And I think that they never did replace Howard Cosell. When the boxing's over, they never got somebody who loved the sport like Howard Cosell loved the sport and kept the sponsors interested in boxing. I think at one point in time, I'm for sure in the 90s, when all the black kids and all the Mexican kids was the champ, and everybody was making at least $2 million a fight, and that's when everything just started getting chaotic. Wasn't nobody, the commentators wasn't saying healthy things about the fighters, and kind of made the sponsors not to put their money in it. And it's sad. And then all of a sudden, then boxing moved out, and they brought in this mixed martial arts, and now don't nobody know none of the amateur boxers, so don't nobody support nobody.
Right.
And so so now United States get beat by India. I'm saying, United States lose against India. What? Yeah.
Right.
I'm telling you, we lose against people like that. I'm telling you, if you were to say, if the United States is gonna lose about it, they may lose against Russia or Cuba, Germany. One of them tough countries.
Yeah.
I said, now, you don't know who gonna win, cause you don't know nobody.
Right.
Ain't nobody just really into it like it used to be.
So
so they do need some marquee people to step up. I actually really wanted to be one of the people and say, hey, look, records are meant to be broken.
Yes.
How in the world y'all gonna not talk about, when you don't talk about records and all this, and then ain't no records ever gonna be broke. Don't nobody talk about it.
Right.
I said, you have to be excited to break records. Tell people, look, hey, like Seth Henderson, I've been the 4-time heavyweight champion of the world for 19 years. 19 years.
Yes.
I'm like, I was a cruiserweight champion for about 17 years. To this guy from Russia, he eventually broke it. He became cruiserweight champion at 10 fights, and like this and stuff like that. And he became the undisputed. undisputed champion. Yeah, but I'm the only person. I'm the only person ever been the undisputed heavyweight champion in 2 divisions.
Mm.
And so that that still is it's hard for people to do it. Now I did it, and I was undisputed in both of them, and meaning I fought everybody that weighed 190 pounds. Then I moved up to the heavyweight division, and you know what? And they were tall and all this, and everybody said, "How you do it?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm the most tested athlete for drugs, and they ain't never trying to catch me in no drugs at all.
Yes, sir.
Never. I'm like, then they said, "Man, he was freaky strong. Ain't no way in the world that guy could have been that strong." I said, you should have just been in my era. You was found out.
Champ, I got about 2 minutes left. I want to ask you my final question is how does Evander Holyfield want to be remembered by people like myself? How would you like those of us that admire you and have seen your career, how would you like for us to see and think of you as the great champion that you were?
Well, I just said that I was the best in my era. And we had the most successful era. Now, because you got to understand now, Mike Tyson was in my era, Buster Douglas was in my era, Lennox Lewis in my era, and so you got 5 world champions, and in that era, everybody the guy was Ali, and everybody became champions. Everybody became champions. When good people fight, and then if in 10 years, I became the heavyweight champion of the world 4 times in 10 years.
Yes, sir.
And I'm the only person that ever did that. And but records are meant to be broken. Now, if the whole big scene of setting the record, that's inspiring other people at something to shoot at.
Yeah.
And so I'm not mad. Matter of fact, I was hoping that Deontay. I was looking for he had a great chance of breaking Roger Montana's record today.
Yeah.
They stole the fight from it.
Well, Champ, we're out of time. Champ, we're out of time, and I'm going to see you down at the Super Bowl, right?
Yep, yeah, I'll be there.
All right, I'll be down on Radio Row. I appreciate you being with us here today on Pro Talk. It was a great honor and pleasure to have with me one of the greatest boxers of all time, Evander the Real Deal Holyfield. Honor and a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's all for us here on Pro Talk. I am the Mighty Oba. We'll be back with you next week. Want to thank Evander Holyfield for being with us here on Pro Talk with the Mighty Oba.